I'm Geeia Ariati, and my mission and purpose is to activate the remembrance of who you truly are in here. I've been called by Spirit to share a message on remembrance. A transmission that may include light language, coding and frequencies, the reclamation of parts of self that have gone lost, forgotten, through a channeled message that will allow for you to ascend into more of your truth. It's to be felt in the heart space and to open the possibility for a new way of thinking, being and experiencing here on earth. Saria kia shandia korianaya kia ariatu koriana. Shandia satakaria utu koyarianaya tia satakariani. Remembering is a concept that is quite interesting for most, as you tend to think of things in lessons and learning, gaining knowledge. You already have these aspects of information within. The challenge is that humanity has been conditioned to forget. They've forgotten that they hold infinite streams of consciousness in their physical vessel, a wisdom and a knowledge that has been suppressed and kept from society, so that you are kept in slavery, so that you are kept in the limitation of the box of who you think you are, rather than remembering the truth and the capacity of what you actually hold within. The remembering process requires the ability to start to own a recognition that you are your own healer, your own mentor, and that you have Saria kia shatakaria utuku satakaria nai, India kia shatakaria ni, the answers within. You hear these concepts all the time. You hear Nia Naya 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 Sandia Korea Naya Satakaria Ushutukoya Tia Ni No Ariana Kiandea Unsanda Yatikia Atia Shutukoyati Nia 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 Nai No 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 no. You hear these concepts in spirituality all of the time. You hear that you have the answers within. You hear that you have infinite possibility. You hear that you're a spiritual being, but you do not know it. You've forgotten. You've forgotten the very aspect of what that means in the embodiment of the truth of your connection to Source. It is not your fault. It is not the human capacity to forget. It's a problem being theirs. You've been trained. You've been conditioned. You've been programmed, influenced, and infiltrated on many aspects, through many ways. These Satea Koshatakaria Naya, Kiaria Naya, Kashatakaria Atia Tu Koreana, Kindia Sandia Tu Koreana, Seria Shiti, Ti, Sati, Shiti, Ti. This forgetting of separation, this ego construct, was deliberate. It was a deliberate creation at the beginning of time, when the earth was seeded. A time where through the density, control, manipulation, and slavery was born. Currently, We do not live in a sovereign free world where humans can do what is true for them in their heart. Although sovereign, there is a belief based on the alteration of consciousness, the division, the polarity, and the control structures that are what we see as mainstream truth, what we believe we're supposed to be here for, have created your ego. You did not create your ego. Your sum of experiences has. The belief systems that have been conditioned and the different experiences that have happened based on your forgetting of what you truly are. Your ego, you may like to call it your separate mind, or the inner Satan, is the forgetting of source. Its belief systems, feelings, emotions, and a sum of experience where at some point in time you forgot your source connection. You forgot you. It was too painful. It didn't make sense. It was too confusing, and you fragmented, forgetting that part of what you are, whole, complete, and in union. Shandia Koreana, Seriakia Satakaria Atia Shutukuya Satakaria Nayatia Atia Shutukuyanda, Zendia Kiaria Satakaria Atia Tukuriana Kish, Tkirish, 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 Tkirish. At these points of juncture through the sum of creation of your experience, they desire to be witnessed, seen and heard. That is all we truly desire. But we're so busy seeking that outside of ourselves that we don't even realize that it comes from within. The forgetting of the truth within is what continues to keep you in the spiral and the loop of suffering. When you remember that you have the capacity to see every part of yourself that has gone into a place of disconnect through any time, throughout your entire existence, you can be liberated. You can be liberated into transcending separation, to no longer feel triggers, to allow yourself to notice a feeling in your body is just energy moving in the present moment, and feel peace. To realize that anything is possible and to live it. This happens Satakaria Shatukuya Satakaria Satakaria Shatakaria Niyanaya Tia Tia Satakaria Shatakuyati with the simple thought, a simple thought that you can transcend the ego construct, that you can transcend suffering and separation. The belief that it is possible opens and expands to enlightenment. Whilst you consider and continue to tell the story that healing is forever, that you can't dissolve the ego, that whilst we're in human form we will continue to be separate, while you continue to tell yourself that story, that is the reality that you will continue to create, continuing the infinite loop of pain, disconnect, and hurt. It's a story, and we live in a world of believers. What is the story that you're choosing to believe from a place within your being? Even if your mind can come to that concept, that what you believe in your mind, body and soul is true, will become your reality. Would it then be possible to live in a world where you are not separate from Source, that you are fully whole, complete, and happy, in alignment with your authentic expression, based on the fact that you let go of everything that anyone else has told you, any experience has created within you. Sandia kiarianaya tukuarianaya shatakaria atia tukuariana. Sendia kiaria atia tukuariana kia shataka ati. Sereia ai. Sareia ai. Sareia ai. Sareia nai. I'm here to be the example of this. I'm here to guide you through my own remembrance, through my own choosing to believe something that was outside of the box of limitation that I was taught. By choosing to believe that I was not my trauma, that I was not what other people saw within me, by continuing to meet myself in the depths of myself. I have come to a place within myself where no longer am I separate from infinite consciousness. Although this embodiment is new, it is truth. The truth is, I can ask a question and receive infinite intelligence beyond what the mind was conditioned to believe. I can tune in to the pockets of consciousness throughout the galactic centers, cosmic, and receive information that I once believed I had to read from a book, that I once believed I had to learn from someone else, that I once believed was outside of me, that I had to learn, that I had to be taught. I've come to a place of remembrance where my separate mind no longer has control. My brain is able to access and perceive the world in separation. A beautiful gift this human experience really is. To be able to experience you and I. To be able to dance, be, eat, have sex. To be able to experience in the free flow of authentic expression through connection to Source. Being here is one of the most amazing opportunities throughout creation. We live in a world of tangible separation, where other beings throughout the galaxy of creation desire to come to experience that which we have right here, right now. Separation is to be loved and witnessed for what it is, necessary whilst we continue our human experience, yet not attached to. As whilst you attach to this separation, you continue to live in polarity, to divide yourself in masculine and feminine, yin and yang, rather than coming into union, wholeness, connection, presence, the being of isness in the now, without trigger, without any past attachment or any future attachment, just being in the gratitude of what your life experience has to offer you now. That doesn't mean you won't feel. That doesn't mean that you won't come across pockets of consciousness that you didn't realize were still there. but it means that you're present, choosing life consciously, and you realize that you are sovereign, and that when you have sovereign connection to truth, authentic expression of who you really are, nothing can control you. Nothing can keep you separate. No one person can cause you harm. It is only your mind's perception of this. You can live in a place of joy. You can live in a place of bliss. And you can experience grief wholeheartedly in the moment and love it. The human experience is one that is shifting, changing, and evolving. And we can't stop it. It's happening. The cycle of ascension is taking place. And with your beliefs, you have an opportunity to choose whether or not you're going to stay connected to the separate mind's conditioning, or decide in this moment, maybe she's right. Maybe there is a possibility where I can be free. Free from my own pain and suffering story, attachment, and open to seeing life from a new lens. A life where joy, love, compassion, curiosity, play, sensuality, sexuality, altered states are available just in the now, right here. If that was possible, what would your life look like? How would it be different? Feel into the expansion of what that belief holds. Is that true? Does it ring a lightness, a spaciousness within? In the spaciousness, you allow yourself the opportunity to remember. In the spaciousness, you receive what is really there for you, and you can be full and empty in complete union within. Thank you for listening. Thank you for allowing yourself to receive this message. My desire is for you to see the level of truth that is offered here, and allow it to alchemize, synergize your being as a reminder in each moment that you are what you've been waiting for. You are what you've been seeking. And everything that you thought was a dream, a fantasy, and impossible is truly possible beyond here. If you feel the resonance, I ask with a whole heart that you share this message and you gift it on to others to remember just a little bit more of who they truly are. I love you.